YouTube faithful, what is going on? It is Thursday and we are at October 3rd and we have a football game to discuss today, and it's none other than my own Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons, who surprisingly enough have a decent defense this year. They're not allowing a lot of touchdowns on the ground or through the air, and they actually are playing at a slower pace. That's unusual if you're a Falcon, okay? They usually give up points. They play in optimal conditions when they're at home because of the dome, and you know, I usually like to target those games. But now we're on a short week, baby, and we have a 1.5 point spread and a 43.5 point total. So that means we're going to have to make some decisions. Now, I'm not even buying this point total. I think it's actually going to go under 43.5. If there's one thing that's been holding true so far through 4 weeks of football, it's that the primetime games have been absolutely poverty and underperforming. And today is going to be no different in my humble opinion. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong like air. But until I see otherwise and I start seeing these guys play some football, I'm going to be leaning more towards unders on these primetime games. So let me talk to you. Yesterday was an interesting day for me. As you saw in this video, my phone cracked. Still don't have a phone, and I'm going to get into story time down the road. But if you're new to this channel, here's what you need to do. Keep an open mind, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, possibly leave a comment, and understand that my goal is to make you a better fantasy sports player for NFL, NBA, MLB, all the sports, baby. I will open your mind to the winning process, and that, my friends, is a promise. So without further ado, let's talk about it. First and foremost, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to DG and be highly disappointed, because I'm going to keep it right here under NFL, and I'm going to swap it to the teams, and you're going to see that there's nothing. Oh, actually, I was going to talk about Bijan Evans and McLaughlin. Oh yeah, I was talking about these guys, baby, because I love the kickers tonight. Short week, and I'm in the mix. Now, Robinson and Mike Evans, under 153.5 rush receiving combo. I didn't even know this was plus EV. This is my first look at DG right now, live. I'm doing it live, because earlier when I looked, there wasn't anything cracking. So now here we are right now, and we're going to have to make some decisions. There's nothing really plus EV right now. Remember, we're looking for that 54.5% or higher. And since we don't have that, we get to make some gut calls today, but this is still optimal and critical because you get to price out the market in real time like that, baby. I don't want to have DraftKings, FanDuel, Pinnacle, Caesars, MGM windows all across my tabs. I just want to open it up in one place, and that is what I am doing right here. So you can see the field goals made 1.5. It's a little bit minus 130 across the lands, and this Mike Evans and Bijan Robinson combo under 153.5 looks crispy as crispy could be. Now, here's the situation, chat, when you take unders, okay? They're not fun to sweat, but on a short night, you can do whatever you want. But here's the deal. Like I'm telling you, it ain't fun to sweat unders. Nobody wants to root for things to go under. But on top of that, you, me, the public, everyone, we're overly optimistic about what these guys are able and capable to do. That is why we lean on taking overs, because it's just human nature. But the odds are, and the reality is that the most optimal plays are usually going to be taking less on all these propositions, okay? I know that's crazy to digest, but it's true. It's going to be the more sharper of the plays always, okay? But yes, it's not as fun. It's actually more of a sweat, etc. But it's more profitable in the long run. So with that being said, we're going to go right here to Mike Evans and Bijan Robinson. We're going to follow that being there, and this is good because can Bijan get 100 plus yards on the ground and through the air? Yeah, absolutely he can. Can Mike Evans do that? Absolutely he can. That is a gamble that we are willing to take, but what's most likely to happen on a short week? Both of these guys, even if they both get 70 each, it's still not enough, okay? Let's just say Mike Evans gets 80 yards. Bijan still, there it goes. Right in real time, it just bumped down a yard in my face, okay? There it goes. But let's just say Mike Evans gets 80 yards and Bijan gets 70 yards. It still ain't enough, okay? That's 150, and that's Mike Evans having a monster game on a short week. Can Mike Evans get 100 yards? I can't say this enough. Absolutely. And this is my team, so this is super hard for your boy to come up with unders on this thing. It's super hard, but I'm trying to do it because it's 3rd and yard, and I'm trying to get it done for the people. That's right. The name of this show is 3rd and yarn. Not 3rd and long, not 1st and gold locks. It's 3rd and yarn, okay? Because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to go go yard, and it's always third down. Now, I could give you the same argument and be like, well, that's the reason we want to take over on it, because all we need is one to go up, and I could see that, and I could absolutely see that, which is why I would put your fancy over here, young man and women, London and Godwin, over 128.5 receiving yards combo. I think this is more likely to hit than that other one on the overside. I think Godwin is he's not the new, he's just healthy, but he's actually going to be peppered with targets. He's a PPR monster. And if the Falcons get behind, they're going to be targeting Drake London. We've seen it before already in this season. He's their #1 receiver. He's going to be the guy to get the looks. He's going to be the guy that can break the big play. Godwin also breaks big plays, but he also has a lower ADOT, and he can get 10, 15 yards on 5, 6 receptions, adding to his yard pool, okay? So I think this one is okay to go over, but like I said, my primary focus today is going to be on the kickers, and they made Koo a goblin. Of course they did. I got it right before they made it a gobby earlier. It's probably going to go back to a normal line. This has been a trend that's been happening, but both of these guys are absolutely in play. Young Ho Koo has been playing out of his mind when it comes to field goals. 4-1, 3-1. I mean, not particularly, let's say this season, but he's been reliable. They trust him. They're in a dome. I love the kickers today. Short week in a dome. Give it to me. Chase, man, he's automatic. He had a bad game versus Denver, but so did the entire Broncos offense. It wasn't even a game. I mean, we laid down 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. Count us out. We're done. We got pulverized. We got chalk. It is what it is. We came back. We shut the Eagles down. We made a statement, and we're going to do it again tonight, Lord willing. On the road, let's take care of these Falcons, baby. So, being in the dome, Mercedes-Benz Stadium to be precise, there's no weather. It just should be automatic for kickers. So I'm going to take my shot on both of these guys. And you can see, even though it's a gobby, you're still getting paid 2.75x. So this is why we want to target field goal kickers today, okay? Whether they hit or not doesn't matter. This is why it's the right play, which is all you need to be concerned with. If you make the right play day in, day out, eventually you're going to be a winner. It's simple math. It doesn't change for anybody, but here we go. It's a 1.5 point spread. It's a short week. It's a low over under. 1.5 point spread means that the game could come down to 1.5 to 3 points, aka a field goal. We know both of these teams are willing to use their kickers. They're in an optimal environment, a dome. It's a short week, meaning they only had 3 or 4 days of practice, so we have to target them. If they sell, they sell. If you only want to pick one and not the other, okay, fine, flip a coin. I'll probably split my exposure and go down with the combos that I like, to be honest with you guys. Now, those are my favorite plays, those 4 I just talked about. Now, today I'm going to have a live stream at 5 p.m. Central Time where I do always in the Discord, where I go over my slips, plays, and everything else. I already released my full projection sheet for each individual player through the Discord and Dub Club right now. And you can get in the Dub Club by going to CaptainCrush.net, slide down to the gold package. I have a promotion for new members. It's new 15. You can get in for your first month for $15. You can't beat it with a stick. It's right there, $14.99. You'll get all the plays, projections, and you can get access into the live stream today at 5 p.m. Central. I hope to see you guys in the mix because they're always bangers. Don't believe me? Ask the people in the comments. They'll tell you. The projection sheets alone are worth the price of admission. You throw in the live streams, the plays, and the community, and you're getting a steal. I don't care what anyone says, buddy. What anyone says, I'm telling you right now, I'm doing the Lord's work day in and day out. I promise you I'm doing the Lord's work. Now, when it comes down to gut calls, you want to target guys that are like high upside, low risk. So that would be like a Darnell Mooney, 46.5 receiving yards. I usually target him. If they cover London enough, that's going to leave Mooney open. I absolutely think he can get there in the mix. Ray McLeod, okay? These guys have low lines for a reason. That means they only need to get 1 or 2 big plays and they'll cash this, okay? That is what these guys do. They're not going to be grinding it out 3 to 5 receptions usually. They're literally 1 to 3 receptions and they can get a big chunk play is what it's called, okay? That's why their lines are low. It's like a Rashad Bateman the other night. 28.5 receiving yards. He got 24 on one play and then didn't cash because the game script got away from us. But these are 2 that you could take as darts, either or. I wouldn't put them both in the same lineup. I would choose one and go with it. And then as far as from the Tampa Bay side, they don't really have their scrub type guys. Well, those guys aren't scrubs, but they don't have their like big play guys except for like Sterling Shepard. I'm not interested in Sterling Shepard ever, okay? I know he did good last week, but no, I just won't target him. If you wanted to take him on DraftKings, that's totally different. In fact, DraftKings, I would recommend taking all 3 of these guys if in some type of exposure. And I will talk about DraftKings today on the live stream. But for those of you that do play DraftKings, the showdown slate, remember, pick 1 or 2 captains, take a stand, go all in, and make your move, okay? Be confident in your reads. Don't be afraid to go down with the ship, guys. That's the only way you have a chance to win first place. I've come this close to first place over last weekend and Monday night. I had sweat for 100K, 30K, 25K. I'm telling you right now, I've won it before and I'm going to win it again, and it will happen, and I will be celebrating on one of these YouTubes before week 18. Book it. Now, another gut call. If the game does become a shootout somehow, then we would want to look at Baker Mayfield 1.5 pass rush receiving TD. He can run it in. He's a dog. He lowers the shoulder. He's not afraid to get hit. That's why he's my quarterback. That's why he's a Tampa Bay Buck, because that is what we do. We're not afraid to get hit. It is what it is. You get hit, we get knocked down, we get back up, we do it again. And he can throw it through the air. Absolutely. 110% I could see him getting 2 pass plus rush receiving touchdowns all day long. But because I think it's going to be a close, low-scoring game script, I'm not going to be going heavy on this, okay? And then the last one that would be from a gut call would be Algier, less 8.5 rush attempts, okay? I think this is a little bit too high. He's played 4 weeks. He had it once against Philly. That game was also on a short week. But overall, I think he's going to get 6 to 8. I really don't think he should be in the mix to get 9. I really don't. So if you go here and we look at since season open versus Pittsburgh, he had 3, he had 9, 7, 8. I really don't think that he's going to get 9 tonight. I could be wrong. I mean, this is usually the time where they do it, but look, their pass rate is 58%. They run way less, 42%. Bijan's obviously their guy. He's the one getting all the attempts. So I'm going to take a shot on this, guys. This could burn me, absolutely, but it could also be one of those plays that's sweat-free. So I'm going to go there. If you want to go there, be my guest. If you don't, fade it. And that goes for everything, guys. I'm just trying to get you guys an overview of the slate. That's what you should be using these videos for, an overview of the slate, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Now, real quick, story time with your boy. Yesterday's video, my phone, my dog, my bad dog. It was actually the good dog that actually did this, not the bad one, but he chewed my phone. I don't know what got into him. He cracked the true face, the true depth camera, or whatever they called it. I go to T-Mobile. I had a golf tournament scheduled with my buddies, okay, all week long, because this was a slow week when there's not a lot of MLB and there's only one NFL game during the week. So I scheduled golf 3 days this week, knowing that NBA is coming and there's just going to be no time for that type of stuff. So, in fact, I'm going later today, but here's the deal. I go out to the city, which is like 25 miles to play golf. I play my round. We're done in 3 hours. Perfect weather, beautiful everything. Played like absolute dog water because I didn't have a phone and it was stressing me out. Now, then after that, your boy goes to T-Mobile. I go to T-Mobile and I say, hey, I need a phone. I have insurance. What can I do? I brought in an old backup phone that they could activate that basically just does calls and texts. Can't use the disc, can't do anything. They put that phone on for me, and then I was like, all right, I need to file a claim. And then when I went to file the claim, they sent me over, they said, oh, you have Assurant and Apple Care. Mind you, I'm paying $20 a month for this insurance. So because I have Apple Care called me and said, you need to take it to one of our authorized providers to see if they could fix it. I told the lady it's unfixable. I'm telling you right now, I'm not that brain dead with technology. It cannot be fixed. I'm looking at it. It won't even turn on. Okay? And the screen is shattered right under the face camera. She's like, nope, it's policy. You got to go there. So I said, fine. Guess what? The only time they could get me in was 5:40 Central. This is noon. So I had to wait around till 5:40 Central. I wasn't going to go home and then turn right back around when I'm already 30 miles away from my house. So I killed time, went in, ate by myself. Mind you, this whole time I don't have a phone that can browse the internet or anything. So I went, had some pizza, watched the Houston Astros get pulverized by Detroit because they're poverty. Bye-bye, Stros. And then I go over to Best Buy. I get in there. I go talk to the Geek Squad. And the man tells me, we can't fix this. Your phone's toast. I said, yeah, I know, but can you call Apple and tell them that? So he's like, well, okay, let's see what we could do. Can you get a hold of him? So Captain Crush starts texting the Apple person on the phone that only does texts. and I say, hey, can you do this? And then finally, after a long thing short, they're like, well, what we could do is we'll send you a new phone in 3 to 5 days. We're going to put a hold on your card for the price of the phone, which was $1,009, and you're going to have to pay us $99 for the replacement. I said, it's unacceptable that I got to wait 5 days for a new phone when everything I do is relying on this phone by design, because that is what Apple does. They make it so you need that phone to do anything in your life, okay? It's ridiculous. And so I said no. And then she goes, finally, the guy called somebody and he goes, well, you could just go to the Apple store and they could replace it for you if they have it in stock. But they can't tell me if they have it in stock over the phone. So then I'm like, why didn't they just say this to begin with? So then I had to drive another 25 miles down to the freaking mall, up north, further late, get to the Apple store. It's 6:30 Central now. They can't see me until 7:30. Okay, so I go there, I check in with the dude. He's like, we'll see you at 7:30. I'm like, can you tell me if you have it in stock? I can't tell you anything till 7:30. 7:30 rolls around. I walk in. Hey, let's look at your phone. Yep, you need a new phone. I got bad news. We don't have it in stock. I'll put an order for you. Come back in 3 to 5 days and you can pick it up. I'm literally sitting there baffled and dumbfounded. I'm like, this is absolute ridiculous poverty. I said, let me just buy the new phone. Okay, because I'm over it. I need my phone. It's like they don't know that I'm a content creator, Discord degenerate, and PrizePicks enthusiastic heir, or whatever you want to call it. They don't know. So I had to tell him. I said, listen, buddy, I do everything on this phone 24/7. Without it, the degens are going to be crying. They need their fix. And he said, there's nothing I can do for you, man. And I said, let me buy the new phone. He said, I can't do that because then it would void the promotion you have with T-Mobile right now, and you have to go through them. And at that point, T-Mobile was closed. So I turned around in my car and drove all the way home and went straight to bed. And now I'm up early in the morning waiting for day 2, praying that phone comes in by Friday. So that's my story with my phone. I'm still without a phone, but it is what it is. I don't know what to say about that, but hopefully you learned something on this video, man. Hopefully it tickles your fancy in some way or somehow. I hope you have a great day. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.